Hello and welcome everyone to the Gold and Silver Club end of week review for the 15th of August 2014, presented by myself, Phil Carr, and Nick Kalsi at the Gold and Silver Club. Today we will be reviewing the latest developments in the commodities markets. We'll be analysing the week's performance. The live session will cover a end of week summary for the commodities markets. We'll be looking at the top trades of the week. We'll cover live market commentary and technical analysis. We'll look at the week ahead, so the key events looking forward. And of course, we'll be also answering any questions you may have on today's session too. So first of all, we'll move over and take a look at how gold has been faring this week. So gold holds steady on weaker than expected economic data. Gold prices held steady on Friday after trading near 1 month highs on Thursday, following disappointing US economic data and concerns over growth in the Eurozone countries. Gold prices strengthened on Thursday as the US Labour Department reported the number of individuals filing initial jobless benefits in the week ending August 9th increased by 21,000 to 311,000 from the previous week's total of 290,000. Prices of the precious metals were also lifted following a release of unimpressive US retail sales figures, which pointed to a slight deceleration from the pace of retail spending reported in the previous month. The disappointing data prompted traders to trim their bets on the Federal Reserve will begin raising rates in the first half of next year, driving capital out of the US dollar and into gold. Elsewhere, concerns over the economic growth in the Eurozone also supported demand for gold as a safe haven after data on Thursday showed the bloc's economy failed to grow in the second quarter of the year. GDP in Germany and France, the two largest EU countries, was disappointing. Meanwhile, the EU Consumer Price Index fell 0.7% in July from June, whilst the CPI report added to ongoing worries regarding price deflation in the EU. This was on the back of reports earlier in the week indicating that Italy's economy slipped back into recession during the first part of 2014. So gold is often seen as a safe haven in times of economic uncertainty. Should the situation in the Eurozone continue to raise concerns, gold could be one of the biggest beneficiaries in the short term. We'll certainly take a look at that shortly on the technicals also. So before we start and go into the technicals and the top trades of the week, I'm Phil Carr, professional trader, trainer and speaker. I'm the co-founder and director of the Gold and Silver Club. I specialize in teaching people how to make money from trading the most lucrative financial markets in the world. So gold, silver, oil, natural gas, agricultural commodities. I've trained thousands of individuals to become independent traders and successfully manage their own investment portfolio. And I'm responsible for the research and development of the Gold and Silver Club trademark strategies. I have a proven track record of generating returns for traders, also a regular contributor to a number of financial publications, and speak at numerous trading seminars, webinars, and workshops. Joining me in running the Gold and Silver Club is Nick Kalsi, professional trader, investment analyst and speaker. Nick began his career within private wealth management in 2002 before making the transition into proprietary trading. Prior to co-founding the Gold and Silver Club, spent several years coaching professional fund managers and traders internationally for some of the world's top tier hedge funds and investment banks. And through his first-hand relationship with some of the world's most successful traders, discovered the formula, mindset and tools that can give any individual the definitive edge to trade in any economy. Also regularly writes for a number of global business and financial publications who have appeared frequently on financial television. Okay, so that's just a bit of background on the Gold and Silver Club. We'll take a look at the gold price right now. We're currently trading at $1,312 per ounce. We'll have a look at the technicals very shortly as well. Before we do so, the top trades of the week using the Gold and Silver Club signature trading strategies are as follows. First of all, we had a lovely trade on palladium taken last week, which came up and hit our profit targets just yesterday. In fact, palladium sitting right around the resistance at the moment, which we'll take a look at very shortly. The risk on the trade was 100 points, so $1,000 for each lot traded for a profit of 360 points, so $3,600 profit for a 3-to-1 here on palladium. Actually, it's about a 3.5-to-1 in the end that we've got on palladium. You'll see we're right at resistance at the moment. We'll take a look at that on the technicals very shortly. We had a lovely sell short this week on wheat. Very simply here, the risk on the trade was 75 points for a profit of 150 points, so $750 for $1,500 profit for a 2-to-1. We also had a lovely trade yesterday, a day trade on natural gas for a risk there of 30 points for a profit of 120 points for a 4-to-1. So we had a lovely trade opportunity on the natural gas storage inventories yesterday, which we saw a nice breakout to the upside. So I hope some of you caught some gains on natural gas yesterday, and we'll take a look at how that's starting to pan out today on the technicals. Okay, so what we shall do now, we'll move over to my live charts and we'll take a look at the raw charts and see where the price is heading as we come into Friday's US session this afternoon. Okay, so first of all, palladium. You can see here on palladium, very, very strong upward trending channel. Palladium, one of the best performing commodities of 2014 and the best performing commodity over the last 5 years. You can see this very strong upward trending channel that we've been in 2014. The channel is remaining very, very strong here in terms of the support and resistance zones here. You can see right now, we had this pullback to the lower end of the trend channel last week, and it's been a lovely swing trade opportunity. So you can see here, just from lows to highs here, just shy of about 400 points now. And we're getting a third test now of this resistance channel. Also got a nice, you'll see a nice V-shaped reversal pattern here. So be very interested to see whether palladium will get a nice breakout here, either today or as we go into next week. You can see these are 13-year highs, 887 for palladium. We could really be due a lovely breakout here. It's the third test of this key resistance zone, or we may get a retracement, come back to the lower end of the trend line, in which case we could see another buy opportunity for another breakout. But definitely for those of you who trade the metals, keep an eye on palladium. We've got a lovely opportunity here for a potential breakout above the 887, that resistance zone. Also, if we take a look at the other metals, we've got platinum. Now, platinum hasn't fared as well as palladium, but we've got a very key trend channel, which platinum is still following here. We look like we're coming back to retest the lower end of this trend channel. Again, similar to palladium, we've been in this trend channel going back to December 2013. So now what we're looking for is some sort of a bounce or a buy at the lower end of the trend channel here. We'll see if last week's lows hold here, which is around the 1440 zone. So definitely keep an eye on platinum here for buy opportunities. Natural gas, well, this was got a nice little trend line for me on natural gas. We got this confirmation yesterday on the storage inventories, nice breakout to the upside. What are we be looking at the moment? We've got an upward trending channel and also potentially a downward trending channel starting to form here. So a pennant, which we want to see which way the market will break as we come into next week here. So keep an eye on natural gas. Tends to be much more volatile and more trade opportunities on the storage inventories on Thursdays. You can see we're giving back some of the gains here from yesterday's inventories, and I'll see whether this support line holds today. So natural gas going to be one to watch this afternoon during the US Open. Also gold, of course, you want to be keeping an eye on gold. Gold came down, tested the key support level this week around the 1300 zone. Got a nice little upward trending channel on gold at the moment that you want to keep an eye on. We are still staying above some key support zones at the moment on gold. If you just zoom out a little bit on gold, you can see we're getting key resistance at the moment, 1322 key level to break, and also 1319. There's been a consolidation now over the last week. Gold's been a little bit more muted than usual. The star trades over the last week have definitely been on some of the metals and energies, palladium in particular, crude oil as well. But we're staying within this consolidation zone. So what we need to see now is a good breakout above the 1319 zone, a good breakout above 1322, and get a move all the way up to 1340 zone. So we're just continuing to ricochet at the moment. There are opportunities every time we come back to 1300s to buy. We're coming back up to resistance to sell. We're just continuing within this zone until we can get a breakout in either direction. So I'd like to see a breakout above 1319 and a breakout above 1322 whilst we maintain this support. So you see what you tend to get on the commodities, that they will consolidate, have nice big breakouts, and they will consolidate, have breakouts. And we're looking for the next breakout now on gold. If we move over to the oils, there has been a lot of action on oil over the last 24 hours. Brent crude oil broke through a major support channel just yesterday. Here you can see we've come down to the 102.27 zone. We've been discussing this on previous sessions. We broke through yesterday the 104 levels. So it's been about 150-point move to the downside. Also, if you take a look at WTI crude oil, also broke through a major trend channel. So we're looking quite bearish here on the oils right now. WTI and Brent have offered some good sell short opportunities over the last 24 hours. So these have broken. What we'll be looking at now is the next major support zone, which really on the oils isn't for quite a while to go here. So you've got next support around the 93 zone and around the 91.50 zone. So we've broken through major trend line here, and very interested to see where we will find support. And there's some good, if you're in short at the moment, there's no reason to come out of those shorts just yet. Looking at silver, silver still maintaining this downward trending channel in the short term, has found support at the FOMC breakout level 1973. Again, we're just consolidating on silver. Silver not faring as well as some of the other metals, certainly not faring as well as gold right now. We're consolidating at the lower end of the channel as opposed to the higher end of the trend channel, which gold is doing. So again, here we're looking on silver for either a break below 1968 for more selling pressure or a break above 2016 to get out of this downward trending channel on silver. So it's still one to watch. You'll see copper actually has come all the way down, sold off quite heavily this week, all the way down to the lower end of its trend channel. So again, if we can get a bounce off here of copper, if we see a rotation back to the upside, that should be more supportive for silver, for gold, for platinum, palladium, particularly if you get a breakout to the upside. Keep an eye on that. There's a lot of confluence with the metals overall. If we take a look at the US dollar index just consolidating around the top of its resistance channel. So it's just ricocheting between support and resistance, similar to gold. The US dollar index, of course, does move inversely to gold and silver. So a breakout to the upside will be bearish for gold and silver. A breakout to the downside will be bullish. So just keep an eye on this zone, 81.30 to break down and 81.76 to break above. You can see here, if we just close it down into some tighter time frames here, this consolidation zone that we've just got at the moment. So we're looking for a resolution at the moment on the US dollar index. If we move over to the softs here, we just take a look at corn. Corn still staying very much within this sideways trending channel at the moment, between 347 to 368. This price range at the moment still consolidating. Like to see a firm breakout either to the upside or to the downside to take out major support. There have been opportunities to day trade this between these support and resistance channels. Wheat not faring as well. We had a nice sell-off over the last week, nice V-shaped reversal. So what we're looking at here is to see whether wheat can come down and break through the support zone of 15.18 or whether it will break back above this consolidation at 553 here. Had a nice sell short on a week earlier on this week, and now we'll be looking to see which direction we will ultimately come and break here. So whether we will get a break below 518 or a break above 543. Also, you want to keep an eye on coffee. Coffee as a nice pennant which is formed at the moment. So coffee has been channeling recently. Previous resistance has become support. Got an upward trending channel, a downward trending channel. We look like we're going to get a resolution soon, either a breakout to the upside or a breakout to the downside. So that's definitely one to watch as well. Okay, so the top picks I would say for today, which you want to keep an eye on, definitely palladium, platinum as well. The lower end of this trend channel you want to keep an eye on. Gold, definitely, whilst it just ricochets between support and resistance here, you want to be looking out for a breakout below 1300s or a breakout above 1320, particularly if we can get a break above the weekly highs here, 1319, and last Friday's high, 1322, for a nice breakout to the upside. So let's take a look at what major news that we have coming up this week as well. Okay, so the week ahead, key events looking forward. We have on Monday, the 18th of August at 3 p.m. BST, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, the National Association of Home Builders Housing Market Index will be rating the relative level of current and future single-family home sales. So a reading above 50 indicates a positive outlook on home sales, whilst below indicates a negative outlook. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. Next Tuesday, the 19th of August at 1:30 p.m. BST, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US core CPI. So the core CPI, the core consumer price index, measures the change in the price of goods and services, excluding food and energy. CPI measures price change from the perspective of the consumer. It is a key way to measure changes in purchasing trends and inflation. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. Wednesday, the 20th of August at 3:30 p.m. BST, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US crude oil inventories. That data reports the number of barrels of crude oil commercial firms have in their inventory. Commercial firms, of course, report those inventory levels to the Energy Information Administration on a weekly basis. That's very important for your energy trades. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bearish for crude oil prices, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish. Thursday, the 21st of August at 1:30 p.m. BST, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the US initial jobless claims. That data measures the number of individuals who filed for unemployment insurance for the first time during the past week. This is the earliest US economic data. Week-to-week numbers can be volatile. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, and a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. Thursday, the 21st of August at 3 p.m. BST, 10 a.m. Eastern Time, we have the Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index. The Philadelphia Federal Reserve Manufacturing Index rates the relative level of general business conditions in Philadelphia. So a level above zero on the index indicates improving conditions. Below indicates worsening conditions. That's very important again for your gold trades, and it moves inversely with the US dollar index. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bullish for the US dollar, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bearish. And then next Thursday, 21st of August, we've got at 3:30 p.m. BST, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, the US natural gas storage report. So the Energy Information Administration, the EIA natural gas storage report, measured the change in the number of cubic feet of natural gas held in underground storage during the past week. It's a great day trading opportunity for natural gas every single week. If you want to learn actually how to trade that real time with the Gold and Silver Club, I'll talk you through that very shortly, how you can find out more information. A higher than expected reading should be taken as bearish for natural gas prices, while a lower than expected reading should be taken as bullish. And there was a great day trade opportunity just yesterday again on natural gas. So, of course, if you would like to find out more about how to trade live with the Gold and Silver Club, how to join the Gold and Silver Club live trading room, and, of course, get access to our daily trade calls as well, you can very simply find out more about that. The following details just here. So to request more information on the Gold and Silver Club live trading room program, our upcoming courses, and our daily trade calls, just go to www.jointhegoldensilverclub.com. Okay, or contact us at either our London, our New York, our Johannesburg, our Budapest, or Hong Kong offices. I'll put those numbers back on the screen for you in just a second. Whichever office is closest to you, you can get in touch with your local office there. Also, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter. You will receive free weekly reports on the precious metals, energies, and agriculture, as well as live market analysis and prices. You can do that very simply by going to our website at www.thegoldensilverclub. Okay, so I'll leave those details on the screen for you so you can find out more about our upcoming trainings, guys. So that is it for today's session. So good luck with your trading. Have a great weekend. We look forward to hear from you, and we'll see you on the next session. Okay, take care, everyone. Have a great one. Cheers. Bye-bye.